Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and I haven't done a magazine review for quite some time. And this is so an open with me for the latest Crochet Now. I was hoping to get the magazine that had the dress pattern in it, but I think I must have missed that one. Anyway, I'm sorry if every now and then you hear something that sounds like someone knocking on the door very loud. It's because we have strong winds and rain. There it is. I don't know if you picked that up, but it keeps doing it. It's very annoying. But the wind is knocking at the door. And it's quite a firm knocker, but it's really giving it some. And, well, if there was anybody out there knocking at the door, they're going to get left in the rain because I'm so used to hearing it now. Just ignore it. So let's get in. While I'm getting into this packaging, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, so that hopefully that knocking will not be too annoying. And hopefully the wind drops soon. It's lushing down with rain and it is windy. And according to, well, the TV today, British summertime begins tomorrow. Yes. Anyway, 54 patterns you'll love. Free Yarn Smith's blanket kit when you subscribe. Exclusive crochet along only in Crochet Now. Bonus blanket pattern turnover. Okay, so we'll have a look at all those things in a second. First of all, we'll have a little look. Excuse me while I adjust this. Care Bears. Remember the Care Bears? Everybody loved those. So we've got a crochet hook gauge. Keep me in your craft bag with Care Bears on it. And it will give you the size of your crochet hook, which, you know, you think you really ought not need that, because honestly the writing's not very big, and usually the writing on your crochet hook is about that size, but sometimes it's not visible at all. And I'm thinking mostly of things like the Clover and Moors. It's really going for, sorry if you can hear that. So the Clover and Moors, they kind of emboss it or imprint it on so that it's like a dip, if you know what I mean, rather the opposite of embossed. And if the light's not right and you're not at the right angle, you cannot see what that says. So I suppose something like this would be invaluable. So we have this blanket, it's a Tunisian made easy, the ultimate blanket collection. We'll come to that at the end. And this is our magazine. Okay, so I don't want to fall on the floor, so I'll just move it out of the way a little bit more. 54 patterns you'll love. Everything is just peachy. Amazing cushions, creative squares and trendy decor. This is the crochet along. We've got amigurumis. I reckon that's a cat. I'm not very good at identifying them. I'm pretty poor actually. We've got a plant to crochet, which is a succulent. A quick and easy drawstring bag design from Bella Coco. Stylish accessories, meet the designers of tomorrow, top tips from Jane Crowfoot and more. Okay, so let's get in this, shall we? This is our contents type page. We've got a little baby outfit. The cushion is a peach. I should have realised when it said cushions to create. And we've got a blanket bundle when you subscribe. So that's kind of one of those that's made with all the corners meeting in the middle. And we've got this little beret. There's probably other things, but these are just kind of new pattern release. If you want to learn how to make that, doesn't look that hard, does it? We've got some book of the month, Peter, Panda and Pals. So it's an amigurumi book. Let's get nearer, shall we? Peter, Panda and Pals by Femke Vindevogel. At $8.99, it's not a bad price. It depends, I suppose, how many patterns are in it. 10, so therefore maybe not the best price in the end. Sweet Symphony. So this is the Knit Pro yarn that I do carry in my shop, hobbyrocks.co.uk. Don't have all the colours or all the styles yet, but they've got a range of hand-dyed yarns that I'm carrying. They are beautiful. Twist and Twirl. This is Pricewise DK welcoming some new additions to their twirly family. So I do Pricewise, but I do solid colours. I haven't really made a King Cole order for a very long time because I ordered too much in the beginning, and yeah, I've not really gone back to them. So this is the Just Peachy edition. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll see what's what. Show us your makes. This section, do love this. I really do. I got that book. I don't know if you remember, but I got for Christmas the Chicken Run sequel book from my son and his wife, and so I haven't made any yet, but you know, it's beautiful. I'm going to keep that book. It's lovely. So we have Blushing Beret. So you, at first glance, you'd think it was the cardigan, wouldn't you? Make this cardigan in Knit Now. So, you know, an advert for Knit Now. But this is Beret by Lauren Willis. So that's how you, all the how to do page, and that's a view from above. This is Peaches the rabbit. It's quite a nice rabbit. Although those eyes are not crocheted, so you'd have to buy safety eyes. I do sell safety eyes, funnily enough, but they're usually the bog standard ones that look like eyes, not those type. So yeah, there we go. That's that one, and that's what it looks like. Well, the feet. I'll show you the feet. Ah, now this is interesting. Tutti Frutti Tea. So, you know, this isn't bad. I like short sleeves. It looks very easy. There's very little shaping going on. In fact, none. So it looks like a very easy make. If I made it, it'd have to come down to here though. Hide this area, just saying. But they do extra small up to a 5X. So this is Alicia Oro Blanco's design. So charts as well. Goes over a few pages. Quite a few pages. Another advert. So where are we now? Summer Valley blanket. Okay. So this is the one. Sorry about the knocking again. Yeah. So it's just basically 3 colours. Yeah, 3 colours. So I don't know if this is the summer blanket. Gorgeous throw to decorate your home, or a giant picnic blanket for fun days in the sun. Well, I don't think I'd use white if I was going to be laying it on the ground. But that's quite easy by the looks of it. This is Neve, the snowboarding cat. And if you know your Irish spelling, that's not how they spell Neve, but I understand because some people wouldn't know how to pronounce it. Melissa Watson, this is her cat. I love cats, so yeah, it's one I wouldn't mind. A little notice about safety eyes, more adverts on that side. This is cute. This is a Care Bears baby romper, and that's a very good way, a very easy way to make a Care Bear, isn't it? Just basically 6 circles. Wow. Yeah. And this goes size 6 months to 24 months. And there's a Care Bear. Can't get enough Care Bears. Page 103 of the supplement, there's an adult Care Bear. Subscribe to Crochet Now. 10 fabulous reasons to subscribe. So £20 every 3 months. Well, it says $19.99, but we don't do that, do we? £80 for 13 issues. Now, free when you subscribe, you'll get the yarn that you need to crochet this cow by Eleonora Tully of Coastal Crochet. So it's very green, isn't it? But it's got some sloths and monkeys, and I think they're parrots, and butterflies on. It's quite cute. Quite cute. So, and you get, obviously, if you subscribe, you still get all the gifts. This is nice. Peach Dreams blanket. Looks quite chunky, this. Yep, it's super chunky, actually. So that's quite different. You don't see many super chunky crochet patterns and chunky in this country, which is weird because we're cold. You do tend to get a lot of them in the US. because they go Aran weight and above with theirs usually. And they're warmer than ours, which is kind of funny. But yeah, nice. It's got some little puff stitches going on and a bit of fringing. So yeah, easy to size up, it says. This is Wrap of Roses. So tons of little roses. Oh, did I give you that was Maria Sliogeris. I think it was Maria. Had a J in it. This is Alice Tarry, and this is her scarf. Lots and lots of roses, but pretty. Well, it's a scarf to me because it's not very wide, but it's a wrap to them. So I think if it were me, I'd make another row or two to make it a wrap. I don't know, personally. Personal preference. It's only 4 wide. More kind of adverts for Stylecraft. Summer Style. What's all this about? Places to get them. That was in Crochet Now, issue 37, issue 53. This is a way of getting you to buy back orders, back numbers. We can move on. Peach Blossom Pamper Set. So this is really to put on your dresser. Made with Aran yarn. They say it's intermediate level. So we've got really indulge in a bit of me time with this super handy pamper set. But it doesn't really say. I don't know if they're scrubby. Yeah, they are. They're scrubbies. This is a new thing for the UK, making American things like scrubbies and towel toppers and dishcloths and washcloths. And we don't do that. You know, historically in this country, we don't make them. So I made an exfoliating scrubby that is padded. That was my kind of foray into this, and I've made a few coasters. A few little things for the home. But yeah, they're easy to make. Quite a nice little pot to put it in. And don't know what that is. Headband. There you go. So this is episode 43 on sale now of Your Crochet and Knitting. I stopped getting this magazine because it was very thin. There weren't very many patterns. There were very few crochet patterns, and they always had free yarn, which was the worst yarn in the world. You couldn't use it for anything other than the amigurumi that was in there. And so I stopped getting it because it just was not worth the money. But, you know, that's in the eye of the reader, I guess. It must be still going, so some people must love it. The Canon Photo Cube. So that's an advert. The Book Club. Okay, let's have a look at this. The Complete Crochet Handbook, $14.99. It's a complete crochet handbook by Jane Crowfoot. So if you're into her, then this might be a really good book for you. A lot of people like Janie Crowfoot, or Janie Crow. And it goes into a lot of things, metric and imperial, weights, lots of stuff that I find superfluous in books, but other people must really like it. Troubleshooting in the Round. So this is all by Jane. And that bit there, sponsored by King Cole. We love celebrating young crochet stars. What about us old fogies? That's what I say. We're always on the kind of people in their 20s and 30s or young. What about us old farts? That's what I say. Moving on. So this is a Peachy Keen bag, and it's quite rounded for squares, isn't it? I mean, I made one of these and it is more like that. But this does look rather rounded. But it's the same sort of pattern, really. But I like these. I've done lots of things with those squares in the past, with round into a square. Quite snazzy. Not so many holes, which is not too bad. So I still have a bit of Forest Aran in my shop, funny enough. That's very rough to touch. I didn't like that at all. I've had a bit of a feel of that when I've been shopping around. The Rico yarn, some of it is very, very kind of woolen and rough. But I could stock that, but it's very difficult to this is very difficult to stock. So this is a recreate, so this is recycled. So I don't think it's a hot list at all. This is the only one I like out of them, to be honest with you. Okay, moving on. Kerry's Journal, citrus slices. So this is how to make them over on this side. So you could make coasters, you could make the bag, lots of things you could do with that. More adverts and the free hook. Incidentally, I just bought some more of those free hooks, so I do have that going for a little while longer. So this is the Huggable Peach cushion. To be honest with you, this isn't a bad little design. This is by Victoria Caris. And the reason I say that is because have you seen all those marshmallow plushies that are out there? And, lots of people like those sort of things to cuddle up to. So this is very similar in a way. And it says chunky, but to me that looks like James C. Brett. It's Bernat actually, but it's a very similar kind of Flutterby chenille kind of yarn. Really cosy. I don't know about the leaf though. There's an up close look at the leaf. Looks more rounded than that one, doesn't it? So this is the Perda Vida Cow by Eleonora Tully. And that's what you could win, or not win the yarn, you could get the yarn by crocheting. Subscribing, what I'm talking about. So this is the crochet along. And obviously this is, where are we? Have we got part 1? So yeah, if we wanted to do this, we could come in at this point and we've actually got little trees as well. So I may subscribe again to this. I'm not sure. We'll see. I did it to save money. I like the sloth. That's very, very cute, the sloth. Okay. This is about knit now. If you knit and you want to. I used to subscribe to all of these magazines, but it was just too much money. Susie the Snake Plant by Cara Engwerda. I hope I pronounced that right. They like to challenge me with their names. So this is the Bella Coco bit, and this is the drawstring bag that you could make. Now, funnily enough, I've made quite a lot of those as little gift bags over the years. And this is Daisy Blossom Garland. So if you're into your wall hangings and your garlands, or otherwise known as bunting, or this is by Marina Rassel. Probably pronounced that wrong. This is a DK one, and it says intermediate. It's really just sewing a flower, or you go into the back loop of, so it's not really that difficult. I'd say that's a beginner. I mean, I would, if I were doing that on my channel, that would be beginners worthy, to be honest. Well, I suppose it's easier to explain, isn't it? Okay, some more adverts. And this is Rain Puddles Blanket. I like that because I'm really into blankets of all one colour. I don't make that many, but I was making a really nice blue one that was made of Aran yarn, and it was textured. I have no idea where that WIP is. So if I ever find it, I might finish it. But this has got lots of puff stitches or bobbles or whatever they are. I don't know. But yeah, that's quite snazzy, isn't it? I like that one. Just peachy. So lots of things you can buy that are peach coloured, should you wish. All the standard abbreviations and all that jazz. In the next issue of Crochet Now, you get like a crochet hook holder. That might be worth it. I've got a couple of those. One that came with my Crochet Society, but no, they both did, funnily enough. I got them both from Crochet Society when I did my subscription and review. I'm having a feeling I might do that again, you know, because Bella Coco is no longer part of it. I think she was only the face of it, to be honest with you. None of the designs that were in there were ever hers. So if they were the tiny things that you often see in here. But yeah, they were always other designers. So, you know, I might have another little pop at that. Depends how much it is. We'll see. This is called Summer Sorbet next, because, you know, tomorrow's British Standard Summertime begins. And you've heard all the knocking at my door, no doubt, by the wind. I don't hold out much hope that we're going to get much of one. It's been pretty grim spring so far. But you also get this really lovely Bag Push tea cosy. and 50 patterns. I like the socks. One of these days I'm going to have a cut socks. And the cardigan's quite nice. Look at that. That's actually a fairly decent cardigan. It's not all baggy and good length. Very busy blanket. Bear. Can identify the bear. It's a bit of an improvement on. So this is Melissa Bradley. This month we're catching up with Melissa, the creative genius behind Yarn Blossom Boutique, who I've never heard of. But, you know, it's probably great if you want to check that out. So that's the magazine, but that's not all, is it? Oh, no, it's not. We have this. The ultimate... Sorry, that was my cup. But I've got... This table is ceramic, very loud. Didn't realise that when I bought it, but it is very loud when you put anything on it. Anyway, the Ultimate Blanket Collection. Expert guides inside. Crochet in a weekend. Bright beginner makes. 25 patterns just for you. Tunisian made easy. Okay. Or if you're on the other side of the pond, you call it Tunisian. Another one of those funny little things that are different. Like aluminium and aluminum. Oregano and oregano. I could go on. But yeah, Tunisian or Tunisian to us. Anyway, this is kind of interesting, isn't it? We've got lots of kind of shapes, like geometric shapes and bits and pieces like that. We've got like this one, which is very granny-like. Excuse me. This is very busy. We've got chevrons, but not the chevrons that we're used to seeing. Coloured chevrons. We've got this one, which is that Tunisian. This one looks like a bit mosaic, would you say? We've got hexagons, but they're solid. That looks like knitted, doesn't it? It's that solid. And we've got the rounds all put together. We've got this guy, which is definitely a mosaic spiked granny. I've done one of these on my channel. Obviously, I didn't make it ziggy-zag. I'm not into things that are too busy. I don't mind them sometimes. Like this one isn't too bad, but sometimes when it's busy, I don't like it. We've got ones with balloons on, great for a kiddie. We've got this one, geometric shapes, and then this one at the top, which I'm having trouble showing you, is just lots of different cut-shaped solids. Oh, and on here we've got a Snuggie to put your feet in, so it's a mermaid. Okay, so let's get in. This is reducing squares, so they're all different sizes. I've done something very similar to this, but not in, I mean, I'll show you, it's not like this. I didn't do small getting bigger going into big. I did a band and then went around it and then did different ones, and it was the first blanket I made my grandson Harley. Anyway, this is Maria McPherson. I didn't do a tutorial, didn't have a channel then. So this is called Balloon Fiesta, and speaks for itself really, but this is Sharon Carter. That's great. I used to read my kids a story called The Great Round the World Balloon Race, and they both loved that. And so this would have really been a great little blanket for them when they were young. How to do bits as you go. Got charts, which is great. If you want to make that into like a cushion, you can. You've got a chart. Winter Log Cabin. Now, I never understand why they call these log cabins, by Liam Marshall. Because, you know, to me, they're just geometric shapes, but log cabin is what this is called. This one I like. This is called the Forager's Basket Blanket. So, yeah, I like that. That's chunky and it's right up my street, but I don't like it when they put it like that. I think it looks nice like that. This picture here, to me, doesn't do it justice. But this is by Hannah Cross. And there's lots of to-do bits on there. Blanket for all seasons. So this might be where you can get these. Oh, yeah. Back issues again to make you go and buy the back issues. This is Jill's Chain Crochet Blanket. Jill's Chain by Melinda Miller. It's very busy. For me, it's too busy, but I know there are people who love that, but just, I don't know. I mean, if you could pick out some of these squares or hexagons or whatever it is you like, you could incorporate them in another design and make it yourself. San Diego Chevron Blanket by Veronica Cromwell. Lots of puff stitches going on and V stitches in this one. Oh, I see. It is a chevron blanket because, you know, the white bits I thought didn't look chevron, but they are. Okay. So that's that one. It's made with Chunky. This one is the Snowstorm blanket, and it's by Catherine Noronha. Catherine Noronha. Probably doesn't pronounce it that way. Do have a chart there for those kind of icicles, snowflakes, doodads. Bundled up, so we've got more kind of yarny bits to read. Now this is the Mermaid Siesta Sleeper by Lena Fedotova. Easy for you to say. It's kind of made with lots of fans, like lots of fan stitching. It's quite sweet. I guess it looks like scales. It would maybe if you used like ombre of colours, like all the different mermaid colours, that might be effective. Just saying. It's an Aran, so a 4 weight. And here's how we do it. So you can do a small, medium and large for young people, right up to adult. Now this is interesting. I quite like this. Although it's busy, sometimes, as I say, it depends how they're made. And it's kind of an ombre. Well, they're kind of, you know, ombre-ish because all of the colours have an ombre. So it's ombre with the greens, it's ombre with the pinks. I like that. This is by Rosina Plain. And thank you for having a name I can pronounce. So that's a DK weight yarn. I like that one a lot. It's called the Giverny blanket. Yep, I don't know why it's called that. Enchanting Entrelac blanket, Tunisian crochet by Lena Fedotova. Now, I'm sorry for moving this. I've just realised every time I move it, it's noisy. But that's because I've got a noisy table now. Yeah, the other one had a hole in it. So, there we go. There's a nice chart to show you how to put them together. This is huge. Oh, Higgy, is that throw? Hig? I don't know how you pronounce that, Ashley Kelly. Why don't you just call it interlocking circles or something easy to pronounce? I don't know. But this is made with, I can't tell, Chunky. It says extreme chunky, so I'm not familiar with extreme chunky, only super chunky. But it might be chunkier than that. Isn't it funny? Why don't you just give it a different name? Walk in the Park blanket. That's quite nice. This is the mosaic, spiky squares. I have a tutorial, a couple of them actually, for squares like that. But you're obviously going around these in different colours to make that effect. This is Rosina Plain again. I liked her last blanket as well. So she seems to be a designer up my street. And this is a DK weight. And this one is called Xanath blanket by Love Ali. That's an unusual name. Very monochrome and zigzaggy. So that is the supplement, and there's some more pictures of it, and we've also got our guide. So that is the magazine, and that's upside down. There we go. And the Ultimate Blanket Collection and the Care Bears. So as it seemed to be quite a lot in this edition, I decided to buy it from the shop, and it was £8.99, which seems to me that a lot of them used to be $9.99. So maybe because the cost of living crisis and the fact that people have got rid of non-essential purchases, maybe that's had an effect. So these all come in those plastic bags, as you can see, so you can't really look through it and see what's in them. So they've got to try and grab your attention with what's on the front covers and the gifts. So does it grab your attention? Do you like this? Would you buy it? Would you buy it for £8.99? You can actually get magazines like this free to look at from your library. I don't mean physical copies. It's digital. So therefore you don't get the gifts, but you can, if you wanted to, look through it and maybe make this pullover or this if you wanted. I don't know if the supplements are actually part of that either. But I know that when I used to go to the library, for a short time, I used to go in there and use the computer because I didn't have access to one. And I did actually get and look at some of the magazines on there and showed it on my channel at one point, how to do it. So yeah, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section. So as I said before, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.